you gotta do is read a book, open up the cover and take a look.
Hello, Monrovia students. My name is Selene Lockerbie. I'm a parent of 2 MUSD students, and I am a board member for Monrovia Unified School District. Today, I'm going to be reading a fairy tale that my mother collected and rewrote, and that my aunt illustrated. I have always loved hearing fairy tales, and hearing them read to me sparked my lifelong love of reading. Fairy tales, fantasy, sci-fi, history, or poetry. I hope you will enjoy hearing the story of the tiger and the armadillo. Tiger was in a terrible mood. He woke up that way. He didn't know why he was in such a bad mood, and he didn't care, but he was in a terrible mood. He left his den looking for a fight. He snarled an angry snarl, clawed at the air, and flashed his big white teeth. The other animals of the jungle heard him coming, and they saw him. They quickly got out of his way. Some scattered into the bushes, others flew up into the trees, still others slid into the swamps. Everyone fled. Everyone, that is, except Armadillo. Now, on that particular morning, sun had gotten up extra early and was shining bright and hot onto the jungle below. Armadillo had been out for a stroll and had been poking around in old logs looking for fat, juicy termites. It had been hard work, but he had found a tummy full. He waddled off quite content towards his cave. Sun beamed down on Armadillo's tough hide and warmed him through and through. Armadillo yawned a big yawn. He curled up on a big fat rock in a patch of golden sunshine. Before the blink of an eye, he was fast asleep. Armadillo did not hear Tiger's low growls. He did not hear the gnashing of Tiger's big white teeth, and he did not see Tiger's tail switching back and forth like the pendulum of a great grandfather clock. But Tiger saw Armadillo, and Armadillo was in Tiger's way. Before he knew what had happened, Armadillo found himself in Tiger's powerful jaws, being shaken like a rag doll. Tiger flung Armadillo high, high up into the sky, then plop! Armadillo hit the ground like a rock. He felt more dead than alive, but because of his tough hide, he had not been badly hurt. He had just had the wind knocked out of him. Anyone else, after coming to their senses, would have gotten away while they still could, but not Armadillo. "You have attacked me for no reason other than your own bad temper. I suggest you find out who your friends are. You are going to need them. See if they will fight for you in your army, because this means war." Tiger looked amused. "Are you serious?" he asked. "Be at my cave at noon tomorrow. You will see how serious I can be." And with that, Armadillo turned his back on Tiger and waddled off into the jungle. Tiger was dumbfounded. He thought about catching Armadillo and killing him on the spot. "No," mused Tiger, "that would be too easy. That little pest needs someone to teach him a lesson, and I'm going to be the one to do it." Tiger marched off into the jungle and called a meeting of the 4-footed animals. One by one they arrived: pumas, foxes, elephants and crocodiles, jaguars, jackrabbits, hyenas, and hippos. "Listen," said Tiger. "Armadillo has declared war on me. We can't allow this. We must teach him a lesson. We shall go to his cave at noon tomorrow just as he wishes. But we shall stomp on him. We shall destroy his army. Who is with me?" Well, fearing Tiger's anger, all of the animals cried, "I?" They knew Armadillo. They knew he was fat and slow, and he would not be hard to defeat. In the meantime, Armadillo was looking for pumpkins. He found 2 nice big round ones and took them back to his cave. He opened them up, scooped out the insides, and filled them with something very, very surprising. Can you guess what it was? It was bees. It was bumblebees and wasps, hornets and honeybees. And he put other insects in there too, cockroaches and ants, mosquitoes and beetles. Then he put the lid on the pumpkins and waited. Early the next morning, Tiger called to Fox. "Go to Armadillo's cave," he ordered, "and see if Armadillo wishes to surrender." Fox went to Armadillo's cave and called to Armadillo. "Tiger wants to know if you wish to surrender." Out shuffled Armadillo. "No," he said. "Why should I want to surrender? Does Tiger want to surrender?" "Certainly not, but his army is sure to be more powerful than yours. I don't even see your army. Where is it?" "Come with me," said Armadillo, and he led Fox into the cave and over to the pumpkins. "Look inside. See what you think of my army." Fox removed the lid from one of the pumpkins, but before he could get it back on, out had flown hundreds of angry insects. They were all over Fox. They stung him on his tender nose and velvet ears. They stung him on his tail and on his paws. Fox yelped and jumped. He turned somersaults, but no matter what he did, he could not get rid of those bees. They just kept right on stinging. Fox darted from Armadillo's cave and headed straight for the lake. He dove in head first. The bees and wasps circled above Fox's head, and then they finally flew away. He staggered from the lake and back to Tiger's den. Tiger was pacing back and forth. "Where have you been? What's the matter with you anyway? You're all wet and you look like you've been drinking. This is no time for celebrating." "Oh," groaned Fox, "I was not celebrating. It was Armadillo's army that left me like this." "What did he say to you? Does he want to surrender?" asked Tiger. "No, he wants you to surrender," answered Fox. "And if I were you, I would. Take my advice, don't go near that cave." "Huh, what? Am I to be afraid of that little pest? Never! To battle!" Tiger placed himself at the head of his army, and they marched to Armadillo's cave. "Armadillo!" roared Tiger. "Come out at once!" Armadillo ambled out, carrying with him the 2 pumpkins. "Do you wish to surrender?" he asked. "Surrender? Surrender to whom? Where's your army?" snarled Tiger. "I'll take care of my army. You take care of yours," replied Armadillo. "My army stands ready, so let the battle begin!" roared Tiger. "As you wish," replied Armadillo. He removed the lids from the 2 pumpkins. Hundreds of biting things rose like a dark cloud from the pumpkins. They flew in a rage at Tiger's army and began to sting without stopping. The animals began to jump and twist and bite at themselves. They bucked and bellowed in pain, but those stinging creatures would not stop. Fox, who had been watching everything from a tree, called out, "To the lake! To the lake you must go on the run, because this is a battle that Armadillo has won." I hope you enjoyed this story. Thank you so much for allowing me to read to you today. I love reading, and I hope you do too.
All you gotta do is read a book, open up the cover and take a look.